Let me ask you this. How frustrating must it be to stand on the precipice of greatness, to possess the very foundation of a dynasty, and yet feel the cold, unyielding grip of financial reality tightening around your ambitions? For the Golden State Warriors, a franchise synonymous with innovation and unparalleled success, that's precisely the agonizing question hanging over Chase Center. They've built an empire, redefined basketball, and captured multiple championships, but now, as the trade deadline looms, they find themselves in a high-stakes chess match against the modern NBA's most formidable opponent, the salary cap. This isn't just about making a minor adjustment. It's about a potential blockbuster, a seismic shift that could either propel them back to the mountaintop or leave them stranded in the unforgiving landscape of luxury tax penalties. The whispers are growing louder, the speculation more intense. The Warriors could make a game-changing trade, but only under one incredibly specific, incredibly complicated condition. And at the heart of this intricate puzzle, the key to unlocking their championship dreams, lies the future of a young, dynamic talent, Jonathan Kuminga. This isn't just a trade rumor, it's a desperate gamble, a calculated risk that could define the twilight of a legendary era. The Golden State Warriors, for so long the benchmark of NBA excellence, are navigating treacherous waters. They've run back a roster that, while familiar and decorated, has shown signs of wear and tear. The additions of veterans like Al Horford, along with sharpshooter Seth Curry and defensive stalwart Anthony Melton, were meant to provide crucial depth and complementary skills. Yet, even with these seasoned reinforcements, there's a palpable sense that the current configuration, while competitive, might not possess the sheer firepower or defensive tenacity required to truly dominate the Western Conference and reclaim the Larry O'Brien Trophy. The core, of course, remains legendary. Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and the recently acquired Jimmy Butler, a trio that brings unparalleled experience, clutch playmaking, and defensive grit. But the NBA landscape is ever-evolving, and the margin for error for even the most storied franchises has shrunk dramatically. The league is teeming with hungry contenders, younger, faster, and often unburdened by the financial constraints that now weigh heavily on the Warriors. The question isn't whether Golden State is a good team, it's whether they are a championship team in this current iteration. And that's where the financial tightrope walk begins. The modern NBA's Collective Bargaining Agreement, CBA, has introduced a labyrinth of rules designed to curb super teams and promote parity. For a team like the Warriors, who have consistently pushed the boundaries of spending to maintain their dynasty, these new regulations feel less like guidelines and more like a financial straitjacket. Every move, every contract, every potential trade is scrutinized through the lens of the second apron, a line in the sand that dictates what a team can and cannot do. It's a brutal reality check for a franchise accustomed to operating with near-limitless resources, forcing them to make agonizing choices that could impact their competitive window. For months, the fate of Jonathan Kuminga hung in the balance, a restricted free agent whose future with the Warriors seemed uncertain. After free agency began, the market remained surprisingly quiet for the athletic forward, with no offer sheets extended and a potential sign-and-trade deal failing to materialize. It was a peculiar limbo for a player with such immense potential, leaving fans and analysts alike wondering about his place in the Warriors' long-term plans. Then the breakthrough. Kuminga signed a new 2-year, $48.5 million contract to remain with the Golden State Warriors. On the surface, this was a sigh of relief for many, securing a talented young player who has shown flashes of brilliance. But as with most things in the modern NBA, the devil is in the details, and this contract, while seemingly straightforward, is a masterclass in strategic financial maneuvering. The most crucial aspect of this new deal, the one that ignites the trade buzz, is its timing. Kuminga can now be traded after January 15th and, crucially, without any trade restrictions. This is where the double-edged sword comes into play. On one hand, the Warriors have locked up a valuable asset, a player whose athleticism, defensive versatility, and improving offensive game make him an attractive piece for many teams. On the other hand, his new contract, while providing stability, also serves as the primary mechanism through which the Warriors can even consider making a significant trade. He's not just a player, he's now a $22.5 million trade chip, a potential golden ticket to acquire the star power they desperately need. The decision to waive his one-year bird restriction further sweetens the pot for Golden State, allowing them to move Kuminga, without his approval, a rare and powerful leverage point in trade negotiations. To truly understand the monumental challenge facing the Warriors, we must turn to the financial wizardry of ESPN's Bobby Marks. His analysis lays bare the intricate web of salary cap restrictions that could either make or break Golden State season. Marks meticulously pointed out the immediate benefits of Kuminga's new deal, transforming him into that $22.5 million trade asset and granting the Warriors the flexibility to move him without player consent. These are significant advantages, providing John Lynch and his front office with options they simply didn't have before. However, Marks also delivered the sobering truth about the financial consequences. The Warriors, by signing Kuminga to this new deal and bringing in Al Horford using the tax mid-level exception, are now hard-capped at the second apron. Let that sink in, Fabiano. They are currently just $2 million below this critical threshold. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a financial straitjacket. What does being hard-capped at the second apron truly mean? It means the Warriors are absolutely forbidden from taking back more salary in any trade than they send out. Furthermore, they cannot aggregate contracts if doing so would push them over that second apron. This isn't merely a technicality, it's a strategic chokehold. It severely limits the pool of potential trade partners and the caliber of players they can realistically acquire. Imagine trying to build a championship contender with one hand tied behind your back, constantly checking a ledger to ensure every penny aligns perfectly. The modern salary cap restrictions make it incredibly difficult to keep players on big contracts through continuous extensions while simultaneously being able to execute meaningful trades. It's a delicate, almost impossible balancing act that few teams can master. Marks further illuminated the Warriors' predicament by highlighting the sheer concentration of their salary cap in just 3 players: Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler. These 3 superstars alone account for more than 75% of the Warriors' entire salary cap. While this trio represents an incredible foundation of talent and experience, it creates a profound paradox. You have 3 of the league's most impactful players, but their combined salaries leave precious little room to add medium-sized contracts for crucial role players, let alone another bona fide star. This is where the Warriors' championship aspirations collide head-on with their financial reality. To truly contend in a stacked Western Conference, they likely need more than just solid role players. They need another difference maker, another player who can consistently impact games at an elite level. But how do you acquire such a player when your cap sheet is already bursting at the seams and you're hard capped at the second apron? The answer, as Mark's analysis suggests, points directly back to Jonathan Kuminga. The Kuminga trade, while still complicated by the hard cap and the need for a salary matching partner, becomes the most viable, perhaps only pathway to bringing another star to the roster. It's a testament to the new CBA's impact that a team with 3 future Hall of Famers needs to leverage a promising young talent just to have a chance at adding another piece for a championship run. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the pressure on the front office to find the perfect deal is immense. This brings us to the ultimate question. Will the Warriors pull the trigger on a Kuminga trade? And if so, what kind of star could they realistically acquire given their stringent financial limitations? This isn't just about finding a player. It's about finding the right player, someone who perfectly complements Curry, Green, and Butler, and whose salary fits within that razor-thin $2 million margin below the second apron. The one condition for a blockbuster trade is clear. It must involve Jonathan Kuminga, and it must be a deal that navigates the treacherous waters of the second apron without pushing them over. This means any incoming player's salary cannot exceed Kuminga's by more than a negligible amount, and it cannot involve aggregating multiple smaller contracts if that pushes them past the hard cap. It's a needle-in-a-haystack search, but one that the Warriors' front office is undoubtedly undertaking with feverish intensity. The championship window for Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, while still open, is not infinite. Every season is precious. Every opportunity to contend must be seized. A Kuminga trade, despite the emotional attachment to a promising young player, represents their clearest, perhaps only path to acquiring that additional star power needed to truly separate themselves from the pack. It's a gamble, a high-stakes poker game where the chips are not just draft picks and players, but the very legacy of a dynasty. The Golden State Warriors stand at a pivotal juncture, caught between the glorious echoes of their past and the challenging realities of their present. Their championship aspirations are undeniable, their core talent legendary, but the modern NBA's financial landscape has presented them with their toughest opponent yet. The resolution of Jonathan Kuminga's contract has opened a narrow, complicated window for a blockbuster trade, transforming him into the central piece of a high-stakes puzzle. Will the Warriors navigate this financial tightrope successfully? Will they find the perfect trade partner and the ideal star to complement their existing legends, all while staying within the unforgiving confines of the second apron? The answer to these questions will not only define their season, but could also determine the ultimate fate of this iconic dynasty. It's a testament to their ambition that they are even attempting such a complex maneuver, a clear signal that they are not content to merely compete, but to conquer. What do you think? Is trading Jonathan Kuminga the necessary evil for the Warriors to chase another championship? Or is the price, both financially and in terms of future talent, simply too high? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. And if you're as captivated by this high-stakes NBA drama as we are, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the latest breaking news and in-depth analysis.